Everybody, welcome back to the NC State Insider Podcast. I'm your host and lead beat writer, Tucker Sennett, joining you here today to discuss some NC State men's basketball. We'll be breaking down the upcoming matchup with UNC Greensboro on Wednesday. And while I'll have the lengthy preview in a written format, I will run through the three key contributors for this UNC Greensboro team, give you a little info about them and tell you how the Wolfpack should match up, how they'll attack these players, and how this game might go. So, in terms of finding the three players that I wanted to review, I used KenPom and determined the three UNC Greensboro Spartan players who are considered significant contributors under the KenPom system. So that essentially to fall into that category, significant contributors account for 20 to 24% of possessions used. So these three players fall into that category. Although UNC Greensboro has a pretty balanced how do I say this? Scoring column. They spread the ball pretty well. They have one, two, three, four, five, all five starters averaging double figures after two games. They are 0-2, and they suffered a loss to a high major program already in Kansas State on the road in their season opener, and then lost in overtime to Elon in a game that they scored 90 points. So this team can fill up the scoring column quite well. And these three players that I'm going to run through are a big part of that. We'll start at the guard positions. Donald Whitehead Jr. is a Division II transfer who came in with a ton of accolades at California University of Pennsylvania. He was an NABC All-American as a junior, averaged 19.4 points in that junior season with the Vulcans of California University of Pennsylvania. He's come in averaging 12 points a game for this UNC Greensboro team through two games, throwing up about 38% field goal percentage so far. Scored 18 points in that game against Elon, struggled much more against Kansas State. That was kind of a big step up competition wise from his Division II days. So did not play particularly well in that one, but looked much better against Elon with those 18 points. And obviously we'll be looking to sort of build on that performance. And if this team's going to have a chance against the Wolfpack, they'll need Whitehead Jr. to perform well. He's not a particularly big guard. He's 5'10", 160 pounds, similar to some of the guys that they dealt with at UAB. He's going to attack you downhill, and he made four threes in that game against Elon, so he can definitely fill it up from beyond the arc as well and attack you that way. At the other guard spot, this team has KJ Younger, a another interesting guard player who has looked solid through the first two games, a freshman from North Carolina, averaging about 12.5 points a game, two rebounds, and averaging two steals a game. So he can get after you on the defensive end. He's much bigger than Whitehead, 6'4", and has kind of had a similar start to the season. Scored 16 points in their loss to Elon in overtime, shot 57% from three in that game, and then only scored 9 points in the season opener against Kansas State, shot 4 of 14 and one of from the field, 1 of 6 from three in that one. So not his best showing, but he's sort of the third fiddle in this offense, getting kind of the not the brunt of the touches, but a solid amount of them. He's second on the team in offensive rating with 103.6. He's got an effective field goal percentage of 50% and has been obviously an important guy through this early stage of the season, struggling with turnovers early. So that's something that you'll have to watch out with him. But freshman guard looking to kind of get his moment against a power conference team in NC State. And then maybe the most interesting guy on this UNC Greensboro team is their starting forward, really the focal point of this entire roster, Justin Neely, who came over from U Albany, um, an interesting transfer who has played Division One basketball, obviously, as Albany is a Division One school. But he's sort of their version of Darian Williams. He does a little bit of everything for this team. He's off to a really strong start in this season. Um, Only guy who's averaging above 12 point or 12 and a half points other than those two other scorers. He's averaging actually a double-double. He's averaging 14 points, 10 rebounds a game and has 7 assists per game in the column as well. Through those first 2 games against Kansas State, he really held his own. He shot 5 of 9 from the field, made his only 3-point attempt, had 9 rebounds and 5 assists in that one, and finished with 15 total points, a couple turnovers, 3 steals, dealt with a little bit of foul trouble with 3 fouls in that one. But again, playing that sort of undersized forward, he's only 6'6", similar to Darian Williams. There's clearly some trust between he and head coach Mike Jones, and the offense kind of runs through him. He's got the highest offensive rating on the team, so he's been really effective in that way, and has been a solid contributor. He's taken only 17.4% of this team's shots, whereas a guy like Younger has taken a lot of shots. He's taken 31% of the team's shots. So um, definitely a player to watch out for NC State. It'll be a nice matchup for Darian Williams of a guy that's similar. And he is certainly going to be a challenge for this NC State team, a very different looking player than they've seen so far. They haven't really dealt with a guy like this, but other than these 3 players, this Greensboro team isn't super deep. All 5 starters are going to play a lot of minutes, and they will attack you that way. But I'll dive into more of the team stats in my written piece about this game. But I expect a lot of minutes from Neely, obviously, from Younger, from Whitehead Jr. Those 3 guys are going to play around 30 minutes in this game, most likely. So these are the 3 guys that you'll have to be familiar with heading into this matchup for NC State, and I'm sure Will Wade has his guys locked in on these 3 as the go-to matchups in this game. That's all I got for you today on this episode of the NC State Insider Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. And of course, if you want more content, go ahead and follow me on X at Senate Tucker. You can also follow the website's X account at Wolfpack on SI and get daily episodes of the NC State Insider Podcast on the Sports Videos on SI YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Later.